Welcome to another episode of Building a Leadership Mindset Podcast. This is your host, Nikki C., all the way from Philadelphia, PA, brought to you by BALM Global and the Connected Leaders Academy. And we are going old school today, back to Zoom, because I had to absolutely make sure that I got this interview in. We've been tried, but third time's a charm. I am so excited to introduce to you all the way from South Africa. Cape Town, South Africa. Leanne has over 10 years of experience in the corporate world and a background as an executive personal assistant for C-level companies. Leanne's industry background is photography, printing, publishing, recruitment, software, IT, financial services, and construction before stepping into business owner. In the virtual world in 2020, Leanne was retrenched from her 9 to 5 p.m. 9 to 5 during COVID. Leanne knew she didn't want another corporate job. Thankfully, started her company in 2019, so it was all systems go. Leanne is in her third year of business, and she has made many mistakes and has had some good and bad experience with clients, VAs, pricing, boundaries, being a new mom, and all the in-betweens. Leanne would do it all over again if she could without any changes. Leanne is quickly witted, flexible, and an idealist. Her work ethic is to work promptly and accurately while being informative and discreet. Networking and tech apps are her playgrounds. Upskilling, training, and knowledge transfer are close to Leanne's heart. One day when Leanne is big, she would love to own an NGO company with a different spin that provides people with from all the walks of life with opportunities to become business owners, PAs, and managers, and help them to find their passions. Welcome, Leanne. How are you?
Thank you, Nikki. So good to be here. So happy to finally be here. Third time's the charm for sure. I'm really good. Thank you so much for having me. How are you doing today?
I am well, just happy that we finally made it and we're getting this out to the masses. Super excited. We connected. Let our audience know how we connected.
Okay, so I was chatting to a person that I met in a networking group. Her name was Cheryl, and I just met her, and I was chatting to her in a one-to-one saying that I wanted to do podcasts this year, and I wanted to branch out into not really speaking, but at least helping others with business, starting up, especially because there was so much information when I researched. I mean, I researched for a year and a half, and I overwhelmed myself. I'll probably still be researching if my partner didn't tell me to just get started. So I met Cheryl, we had a one-to-one, and then she introduced me to you. She said, here's Nikki C's number, contact her, she does podcasting. And I was like, okay, send you an email, first email ever. That was so weird because I didn't know what you would expect, what you needed to know. So I just broke down everything and I'm like, let me know what you need more. And here we are.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Cheryl is also from the Connected Leaders Academy, and that's the power of really being in a network community where it's not just about, finding how people can serve you, but how you can serve people as well. And that's what I absolutely love about just the referral process and being able to connect the dots with people that are in a specific niche that you may not know about, but you can always connect the dots. And I just love that whole aspect. So thank you so much, Cheryl, which she also has been on my podcast. So super love that. But when we first talked, we like instantly hit it off. Like, I love when you said that you're definitely quick-witted, you're an idealist, and all your work ethics, it actually exudes you. So I just want to say thank you for just being authentically you and being able to win my heart, and just know that this has been amazing. Like this has been like a month's journey of trying to get us to where we're at today. And this is what happens when you have determination and when you have that connection that you just it's a must, right? You're going to do anything it takes to make it happen. So I just want to say thank you. Welcome to the BALM family. And let's just go over a little bit about your 10-year experience. What are some things you went through, and who is Lee, and how did you get to where you're at today?
So how I got to where I am today, I think there's a few personal key elements. My mom was a single parent who raised me. I was fortunate enough to have the influence of my grandfather, who was an accountant for the city, the government, back in the day, obviously. And he also branched out and had his own company. Him and my uncle were business partners. And I think I owe everything I know, or majority of everything I know, to my grandpa. He's definitely my mentor. He passed away in 2020, so 2021. That was really a difficult time. But yeah, there was key fundamental moments in my life. Career-wise, I knew from the age of 11 I wanted to be a PA for some reason.
Tell us what a PA is.
A personal assistant. Sorry.
Go ahead.
So yeah, and then dabbled around with being an air hostess, possibly to fly the world and for free, while working. And then decided that wasn't going to be for me, and I wanted to be the PA, the executive personal assistant to somebody, and got my first job in the printing industry, photographic printing, and studied part-time as well. Went into publishing, and I was a manager for a floor of 80 staff members. And then went to a couple other jobs, got retrenched 3 times by the age of 31. Yeah, that was the hardest, was 25 years old, being retrenched. I thought I was going to be on my mom's couch for the rest of my life, because I thought retrenchment meant end of my career. So I just realigned myself and re-goaled myself, and I thought, who do I want to work for? I want to work for a CEO. I want to work for big boys, because I have that passion. I have that talent. I know I can do it. And I did. I went into financial services, and I worked for the CEO of the company. And a year later, I was retrenched.
Yeah, let's tell the audience what retrenched is here in the United States.
Oh, yes, of course. Laid off for the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, did that. Wasn't really shocked by that secondary laid off or retrenchment, because I'd been through the process, and I connected with the director of a company in the construction industry. I said to him, I've been retrenched or laid off, and I'm available if he wants PA. I got an interview, I got the job, and I was like, yes, happiness is. I got the salary I wanted. It was a nice company. They'd been going for 30 plus years. They never ever laid off or retrenched anybody, even during the 2 economic crisis that we had. And I was like, oh, solid, happy. And fast forward to 2020, I was retrenched again. And I was like, but it's cool. It's fine. I'm happy. I felt like at all the companies I ever worked at, I just hit the ceiling all the time. I could never implement every single project, even if it meant the future of the company was going to thrive. I got hit with, oh, it's too costly. Oh, we don't have the resources. I don't know. I don't think. And I was working for directors, managing directors, owners, CEOs. I realized they were just not out of the box thinkers like I was. So a little backtrack, the company that I worked for did find out that I had opened up my own virtual assistant company. And I went into an HR meeting not knowing they knew this. And they told me my business would never work. And that I was contracted to them 24/7. So I left that meeting and I thanked them, and I went to the bathroom, and I was just like, world shattered. What am I going to do? Put the company on pause. I don't know for how long. I don't know what that means, but I can't risk losing my job at this point. And I also at that moment knew that they were really upset, because if I had already had an open conversation about it, it may have been different, but at the same time, I don't think it would have been a different conversation anyway. So it's fine, put it on pause. May 2020, I got retrenched, and I was like, great, my company's here. This is meant to happen. This is why they found out. This is why I had to put the company on pause, because I was never going to do this half in, half out. I had to give it the only shot I had. And I did. I gave it a shot. I signed up to a networking group and I never looked back, and I never will look back. It has been the second most exciting thing I've ever done in my life.
Oh
The
my,
first being a mother.
oh my goodness. First of all, you gave me chills just as you were saying those last two statements, because that is something that I resonate with really, really well. And you said multiple things like, you know, being at a job, my main job, you know, I started when I was 23. I was there till the age of 38. So that was almost what, 14, 15 years. And I felt like I hit a glass ceiling in the two positions that I had there. And though I had quality work, I loved what I did, loved who I worked with, there was just no room for me, no room for my ambitions, my personality, my what I really wanted to do, my give back. So I can totally relate to that. And the fact that you were able to acknowledge that you did start a business, that conversation needed to happen, as uncomfortable as it was, that you realized that this is what it was meant to be. And a lot of times we as individuals, we're scared of that. We don't even start creating a business until we completely leave a company. And then we try to start from the floor up, which I always feel that your current job should always be the funder to your dream career, your dream business. So kudos to you. I'm so excited. And that's what intrigued me to you so much, is because you have that fire. And I just want to know, where does that fire come from? I mean, I know you had your mentor as your grandpa. And but where does that determination, that just go-getter spirit come from?
My mom being a single parent. My dad, I'll say it as it is, was a deadbeat dad, basically. He wasn't really around ever. I don't blame him. I'm not angry towards him or anything like that. He's also passed on. I haven't resented him at all either. It's just that I saw my mom struggle, and I saw how hard things were. Maybe not as when I was growing up, because parents tend to shelter us and keep negative things away from us. I must admit, my mom gave me the good and the bad when it came to my dad. Whether he paid for maintenance, I think child support is what you call it. We call it maintenance. Whether he paid, whether he didn't, you know, if he was taking me this weekend, if he wasn't. So I was able to make a very informed decision at a very young age, the relationship I wanted with him. But the relationship with my mom is a solid relationship. Like, that's my die hard, my one and only. She's always had my back no matter what. Even if I was wrong in situations, she would never tell me in front of anybody. She would tell me behind closed doors. But she always supported me no matter what. She always said to me, go get whatever you want. And my fiery inside of me comes from not wanting to go through what she had to go through. I don't ever want to be a single parent mom. I know that I can't foresee the future, but it's a reason I've waited so long to have children, to settle down in that term. I bought a house by the age in 2018, and I was 29, I think, at the time, with my partner. And a couple of years later, we fell pregnant. And but I did it so that I found the perfect person for me. And yeah, so that was where my fire comes from. And I just don't want to go through anything like my mom went through. I want to be able to support my family and make sure that my kid has the best of the best. I had great. I had wonderful. I mean, I had my grandparents' support. I had my mom. I want to give my kid 10 times more than that.
That is beautiful. Oh my God. And you have a boy or a girl?
I have a boy, Connor.
Connor. Oh, I love boys. Boys are my favorite. I love girls too, but God knew what he was doing when he didn't give me one. But boys are my favorite. So a lot of people, a lot of moms tend to put their dream lives on hold until they either find the perfect time, until their kids graduate, until they get to a certain age. How important is to let our audience know that if they have a dream, they need to go for it as soon as that idea hits their head? What are your thoughts on that?
110% go for it right now. As soon as you have that little dream or that little light bulb moment and you research it, because you need to research it to make sure that you're not like getting yourself into the right things or you're doing the right thing, keep going. At the end of the day, you don't want to regret not starting this 5 years before or 10 years before. I mean, it's going to sound a little selfish in a little bit, but once your kid is out of the house and graduated and on his own life, that's it. They're not going to be like, oh, sure, mom, here we go. You had this dream. 10 to 1, they're probably not going to do that. And you have no idea that dream could give you so much more. Okay, you're going to get some stress. You're going to have some late nights. You're probably going to cry a couple of times. You feel very stressed and tired. But at the end of the day, you could financially make yourself free of a lot of debt, or you could just provide an extra $5,000 or $2,000 to whatever. Like giving him or her another little bit of extra income, or university fees. So yeah, go for it. Go for gold. Don't ever hold back, no matter what. Just go for it. I mean, if I didn't go for it, I'd probably still be researching. Like I said earlier, like I researched for a year and a half about a virtual assistant.
Wow.
And I overwhelmed myself completely.
Wow, your tenacity, your just leadership within your own life just shines so bright. And for my movement with building a leadership mindset, with my podcast, with my book, with my Empowered to Inspire event that I'm having for the first time, I'm actually thinking about taking it on tour, taking it around the country so that women and men, but mainly women, can be inspired and know that there's so many possibilities out there. And what do you say? Have you ever had the challenge of losing friends in your process, in your growth, family members that may or may not support? How did that transition look for you as far as relationships in your circles? Can you share that?
So I'm very fortunate. My family completely support me 110%. While they may not know exactly what I do or how I do it, they have a good idea and they 110% support me, no matter what. My grandpa's always supported every crazy idea as well. So that's always been a great thing for me. And it's probably where I get my confidence to go out and get things. Friends and external family, they've all supported me. They still do. I haven't at this point lost anybody. My circle's close. My circle's very close. And I like it that way.
Awesome.
But yeah, everybody that if I've said, hey guys, can you please like and share? They've done it. I've got a couple of people on Facebook. Every time I put a post on my business page, like and share immediately. Always like and share. And that's always a little nice to know that someone is always in your corner. So yeah, no, I haven't lost. I can't say I can identify someone that I've lost.
Okay. Awesome. Beautiful. You've been blessed. That's amazing. So let's get into the nitty gritty and what you actually do. So tell us, your day to day, your personal assistant, and some challenges that you kind of go through, and how do you hit those obstacles and make them a positive outcome?
One of my biggest obstacles in South Africa at the moment is load shedding. This is where the government switches off the electricity for 2 hours a day, sometimes up to 3 times a day. So, and generally it's in the morning or the afternoon when no one else is in the house. Like, it's crazy. So a whole suburb will be shut down. And that just allows me to do other non-online work, which is really weird because I'm online all the time, but there's things for my business that I can do that I don't need to be online for. So I'll think about stuff. So currently I'm also going through a rebrand. My company is called Ann Webster Virtual Assistant, and we're rebranding to Ann Webster Consulting. It's kind of like, Ann Webster VA was the baby and we're moving into the toddler phase now. So I can do a lot of rebranding and thinking when the electricity is off. So that's great for me. As soon as it's on, I'm back to work, of course. And then I obviously most of the times have to put in a little bit extra hours to make the catch up happen. Other things that I've come across in my business or what I've gone through in struggles is boundaries. I had to learn very quickly how to set boundaries, professional boundaries. And that took a toll on me for about a year and a bit, because I thought, I mean, there's a clear idea of working time and space, and and I didn't think that a client or any client would like intervene on that. And I was wrong very quickly. And I've learned to set professional boundaries. These are my clear working hours. You can contact me anytime, but understand I will only respond within my working hours. And I've set also realistic goals for myself and expectations, because I realized if I don't have expectations, how is the client going to know what to expect from me? And how can I expect something from the client if I haven't even set them up? So there's a certain process that I walk through with all clients. This is what I need from you. This is what I expect from you. This is where you go on holiday. You need to tell me. Don't just put a vacation notice on your emails and be like, gone. I have no idea where you are then, So that's, every business owner goes through challenges. I mean, I've gone through my good fair share, but I've also learned some valuable lessons. And I, again, would never take it back. It was been the most amazing almost 3 years.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And what does a personal, like, what are some of the services that you offer, and who's your ideal client?
So as Ann Webster Consulting, we offer a few services. We're doing social media marketing, we do virtual assistants, and we do online project management. So we just manage projects for clients. We can go get the quotes for you. We can do all the introduction meetings to anyone that we're needing to do whatever project with. Virtual assistants, we do email and calendar management. We do data entry. We can update and maintain filing systems, online filing systems, CRM programs, virtually anything we can do. And then obviously your social media is your Facebook marketing, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your posts, your hashtags, your design work, the usual. My ideal clients are business owners, small to medium size. So anyone from 1 to 50 employees. I really do feel like I love startup companies more. It's probably the hardest part of the thing is because startups don't have money. But I feel like I think outside the box, and well, myself and my team, because I have a team, you see, and we think outside the box, and we're there to be a shoulder for a business owner, because it's extremely lonely. We're accountability partners for them. We're a partner you have at your side. You can ask anything. You can say, hey, I'm considering doing this and this. What do you think? Let's talk about it. You need someone to talk to. So yeah, we're accountability partners. We're like a business partner at your side. We don't just deal with your emails. We're there for you. It's kind of like, let's do business and then let's be friends. So there's a humankind factor to the way I do business as well.
I love it. And I definitely see that for sure. That's how it should be. It's never just about the transaction and the bottom line. It's all about longevity and building relationships. One, because you definitely, want to satisfy your client. You want to gain that, trust factor, that relationship. And then, that ultimately leads to more business referrals, other partnerships. So it's just a domino effect of just everybody winning in the process. Never see it as as a cost, as a loss or anything like that. It's always an investment, and always take that next step and that next opportunity to actually build that relationship outside of the actual workspace. So I love that you have that. That's great. That's definitely something that people need to adopt in their businesses. So what is next for you? What do you have going on?
We're scaling right now and we're rebranding. Woo, two difficult things. Yeah, like I said, the rebrand, I think it's time. It's been almost 3 years. I feel like I've outgrown my logo. I've outgrown certain things of my aspect of my business, and I'm looking to now rebrand. Fresh new idea. I mean, the website will still stay the same, but there's going to be a nice new website. Yay. Scaling, we're looking for more team members, but not to be like, oh, we need right now. I'm looking for the future. I have quite a lot of projects piped up. Oh, no, not piped up.
Lined up.
There we go. I was thinking pipeline lined up. Oh, so we've got a few projects happening and I'm really excited about that. So I'm just escalating for this year that there's going to be a nice growth. And I'm excited for that. I'm excited for all the projects that I take on this year. Also, one of the things that I like to also let all my potential clients know is if that's not a good fit for you or me, like I help you find that person. I have people at my, not disposal, but I have people in my contacts. So I always just try and help. Like it's not in me to just say goodbye to somebody just because it's not a good fit. Like I want to see them also win. And that's important for me as well.
That's beautiful. That's awesome. And how can people get a hold of you?
All of my social medias, my email address, my contact number if you really want.
What's your how do they find you on your social medias? Is it just your name?
It should just be Ann Webster virtual assistant.
Okay. Ann Webster virtual assistant. And also we'll definitely have it in the show notes for sure. And just can you let us know what your email address is?
It's LEEANNE at LWEBSTERVA.com.
Thank you so much for that. I felt like we were in a spelling bee, but
I know, I'm so sorry, but
no,
so many ways to spell Leanne. I'm just like, oh, let's make it easy for them.
Yes, definitely. Because some people spell it with, some extra letters. They miss some letters. So I totally get it. But you have been absolutely amazing. I am so happy that, this connection was made and that we finally made it through this recording and that I can finally share it because it has been like we would start off really great. And then our internet would just stop. And I said, you know what? I have to go old school. I can't keep trying. If it doesn't work and it needs to happen, we need to go old school again. So I am super grateful for you. I'm super supportive of everything that you're doing. And we're actually going to have another conversation to see how we can partner up together or see how we can do something and continue to work together. Because again, that's what it's about. It's about the connection, not just, getting you on the podcast and highlighting you, but seeing what we can do long term. And I'm absolutely grateful for your friendship. You have a sister for life. Yes, absolutely. So thank you so much. And if you want to leave our audience with the final words on, just getting started.
Okay. I actually did a talk yesterday, about business fundamentals. So getting started comes with an idea, research it. You're going to need some project management tools, some time tracking tools, register your business so that it's legitimate, get a business bank account, do your government taxes and all that kind of stuff, find out your financial year. You can also just make it up, like in South Africa, you can just choose what's kind of okay with you. I chose end of February because I was business to business, so that was me. Get your domain and hosting up and ready. Contracts is a fundamental importance for clients. If you're doing virtual assistant or project or anything that you're doing with clients, you need to have contracts, and that leads to having the most amazing attorney or lawyer. Choose a lawyer that will educate you, not just give you the contract and tell you this is what it will do. You need to know every part of that contract. If you don't know every part of that contract, you're losing already. Because the last thing you need is someone taking you to court and crippling your business before you've made money. South Africa, we have POPI, the protection of personal information. There's also a global one, so make sure you're up to date with that. Cyber security, yes. Get an IT guy in to do monthly checks. Well, not a guy, but a company. Make sure you have two-step
verification. The authentic.
There we go. That was
verification.
Antivirus, malware bites, and also get a password protector app so that you can store your client's information and your information those apps have a lot of security protocols in place. So they're kind of just doing one step extra for you to keep your stuff safe. And then anyone that's working in like another country, you need a VPN, a virtual private network. So you can log into, if you're working from outside of the US, you need to have a VPN so you can log into America and basically secure where you're working so that no one can get into it. So if you think about it, your whole business is your house, and you have your house Wi-Fi. And then when you step into your VPN, you step into an enclosed, locked room that there's no way out. But you can eat and breathe, obviously, still. So a VPN is just a little extra security. Yeah, I think those are about my like business fundamentals.
That's awesome. So just get started. All of that is what's needed. It's definitely low cost. But the fact that you're going to first empower people, you're going to be able to be a part of someone's journey, no matter what that is, that's the important part. Like I was just talking to a lady yesterday where she does fashion. She has an online store, and you think that, it's just a retail and, people would just buy and sell. But what people fail to realize is that their purpose is that you feel good in that outfit, that you enjoy the accessories, that, you make that presence known. It's beyond, just the day-to-day stuff. It's how you make someone feel and how to make them succeed within theirs. And I just love the whole entrepreneurial side of things. When you go to a 9 to 5, it's black and white. You get in, you punch in, you do whatever is done. You don't know what's happening on the background or what their real purpose is or what their agenda is, their intention. You just know that you have to pick up a call, service them, and hang up, and you go on to the rest of your day. Is that something that you want to do? You may want to do that. You may enjoy doing that. That's absolutely fine, but find the purpose in that. Like, how can you take that a next notch up and really enjoy what you're doing? So thank you so much. You have been absolutely amazing. I absolutely love you for sure. And let's stay connected. And thank you everyone for listening to another episode of Building a Leadership Mindset podcast. We are so happy to have you. Continue to subscribe, continue to share, and have a great day. And as I always say, make it count.
Thank you so much, Nikki. Have a wonderful day. Big love. So happy to have been here. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Bye.